Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Chris.
How are you doing today?
Fantastic.
Yes, doing well. Got some humidity. We're trying to combat.
Well, we finally got some rain.
Yes.
And some storms.
We're way behind, but we're much better. The grass that I have that isn't dead has greened up.
There you go.
The grass that I have that's dead is either more browner and looks worse. How about your house? You get decent rain?
We did. My daughter and her mom and boyfriend are headed back from Ireland. And I guess because of all these storms, there's been a lot of canceled flights. I was talking to one of my good friends, Brenda, who's not an airline stewardess. What do you flight attendant?
Mm-hmm.
And she said a lot of flights were canceled these past 2 days because of all these storms. I didn't realize they were that severe. We got some rain. I didn't know that was, I guess, any worse than normal, though.
Maybe coming off the New England coast and picking up water and intensified.
But aren't they going from west to east?
No, sometimes they go southwest to northeast.
Perhaps.
Yeah, like when we get stuff out of the Gulf, it's going southwest to northeast.
The winds were pretty bad when it hit yesterday coming home. So I guess I just didn't think it was all that so bad that flights were canceled.
Yeah. Ireland. Yeah.
Yeah.
McMahon. That's Oh,
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
yes. I'm talking about Ed McMahon, guys. It's an inside joke.
My dad's dad was from Dublin.
Okay.
So correct.
Yeah, pretty. Well, Lauren was just in Dublin, but it was en route both to and back from Scotland.
Right.
Right. That was their. So it was just a layover in the airport. Right. So she can say she's actually been on the ground in Dublin, in Ireland, but that's not the same as visiting.
Right.
So how long were they there?
11 days.
Nice.
Well, they went to London and then Ireland.
Okay.
I think they went to Scotland too, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
They sent me the itinerary, but I don't recall. Right. And then Megan's aunt and Uncle Craig are in town.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent some time with them this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Red Oak.
Okay.
Really.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. And then we went out to dinner and I watched my first FIFA tournament. It was that was that was Argentina versus Cape Verde. It's the first one I ever watched it was. I got super excited and into it. and then I watched Argentina this past week play Egypt, and again.
Hold on. Let me write something down on my prayer request list. Joking. We have a lot of countries that are soccer's big in. I'm joking.
Yeah. But I had never followed it before, and I'm really starting to get into it. I'm really enjoying it.
Don't say it out loud.
I'm ashamed to say it. I'm not.
We have some Argentinian listeners on our show. Yeah. Go. And so Argentina was playing in both those games.
Yes.
Got behind it. Mm-hmm. Argentina.
Those were the two most exciting games that I've watched so far this tournament. So I'm an Argentina fan apparently, and Messi plays for Argentina.
If you watch more, prepare to be disappointed.
I don't know. I wouldn't say they're a favorite. I think France is favored in this particular tournament, but I don't know this is true because I don't keep up with the stats. But I thought someone told me that no team has scored on France this entire tournament.
Well, there's a lot of games that are 1-0 and 0-0, so it doesn't surprise me. Very common.
But for as many games as you have to play in this tournament, I found that to be a pretty significant stat if it's true. Mm-hmm. So, I have no authority on this, no authority, but I've enjoyed it.
Good. So. Yeah, I have watched 0. Yeah, and it will remain that way. I don't have a problem with people that like soccer. I just have no use for it. I find it.
Well, I don't know. Boring. I don't completely understand the rules, though. I'm starting to get a better feel for it. That's kind of confusing. And then I always never understood how come it's a 90-minute match. I don't even know if you call them matches, but you play for 90 minutes, and then you have a halftime, so in 45 minutes, and then you have a break. Mm-hmm. But anytime there's a stop and play.
The hydration never stops.
It never stops.
Right.
But they add it on at the end. So you never really know exactly when.
You never know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very communistic ruled sport, and that's why I'm against it. I'm just being honest. It's just factual, and that's why I don't like it.
I don't know about communistic, but
we can talk about it later. Oh, it is. It. All sides. Need I say more? That's all. I mean, that's anytime.
I understand all sides a little bit, but it still confuses me. I guess I'm
right.
slow.
Look, it confuses you because it goes against everything that you know and love about sports and competition. Okay, just Dan Marino to Mark Clayton, post route, my favorite. I know it's not fancy, but catch in stride, over the shoulder, perfectly thrown, 60-yard touchdown. In soccer, that would not be allowed. It's all sides.
Right.
In basketball, say
alley-oop.
Yeah, alley-oop. In soccer, that's all sides.
Right.
you God forbid an offense player bests the defense player. We have to make it a level playing field.
See, I see where you're getting with. I see where you're getting with the communistic part of it.
Yeah, it's just not something I can get behind. Ideologically, no offense to the players, they are.
I think these players
amazing athletes.
Oh my gosh, that's another thing. You get the condition you have to be in to play 90 minutes straight.
Well, it's not
running back and forth constantly, hardly any breaks.
It's not just conditioning. What is power is speed times strength, right? So it's power, because they aren't just like you have the people that run the marathons, they're conditioned.
Right.
They couldn't play soccer.
No.
Right? I mean, these guys have conditioning, and they have massive amounts of muscles, especially in their legs, that just never get tired.
And ball control, I mean, with your feet. You're not doing it with your hand. You're ball control with your feet.
Well, that's another thing, too. God gave us hands for a reason.
Anyway, so I did watch that with Susie and Craig, and what else did we do with them? Oh, we went to Lowe's Food, the grocery store. Apparently they have a bar there I was unaware of. They have a bar at Lowe's Food Grocery Store where you can get on Thursday nights. You're not a drinker at all, but you can get IPAs and that kind of stuff. They're normally $6 to $8 a glass for $3.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
so I guess they want that liability. That's really weird.
But anyway, we did that.
You can't buy something at the grocery store, go to your car and open it and drink it as you leave, but you can drink it there and leave.
Well, same as bar.
Right, I know. That's odd, but a grocery store.
I know. And I'm not, that's
weird.
I mean, it was, of course, Thursday half price. You're going to ring out a lot of people, but it was packed from the entire time I got there.
I'm sure.
It was completely packed.
I'm sure. Yeah. Amazing.
And then this morning, before coming here, Craig and Sarah and I went to Megan's and trimmed bushes and trees and all that kind of stuff.
Really?
He had
this humidity? Good Lord.
If we were going to do it, we're going to do it early because it was only 73. But yeah, it was brutal.
Well, yeah, I mean
just the humidity was
bad. Humidity is always highest in the morning, and it burns off throughout the day. That a gentleman that does our gutters, he asked me, he's like, "Can I get there at 7:45?" I was like, "That's fine." He's like, "It's going to be super hot." Well, it was the high for that day was 86, and I thought, well, that's not. I mean, it's warm, but it's not super hot. I went out there. He's about halfway through. I went out there, told him I zelled him the money. There wasn't anything dry on him. Like he had on a hat. From here down was wet. He was and it was 73, 74, but it was 87% humidity. Oh, so really you go out, if you're in the shade, you're like, oh, it's kind of pleasant out here. All you have to do is do any kind of movement and you start sweating.
Yep.
Oh, so trim some bushes. How did you get it done?
We did it in less than an hour. So
you have hedge trimmers, or
I took my hedge trimmers, which they were fairly quiet. I was a little worried about doing yard work with neighbors on a Saturday morning at 7:30 in the morning and waking them up, but they didn't mind.
Those aren't that loud.
No.
I mean, right there where you are, it seems like it is, but once you get 20 feet away, it's.
And the tree was just a crepe myrtle, and we just cleared up the lower branches and cut out some of the dead stuff. And I had a pole saw I used for some of that.
The 3Ds: dead, diseased, and I can't remember. I should know. I don't know. Studied so much.
And her yard had been infested with those June bugs, and I had her guy who cuts her grass, Nathan. I paid him to spray or to spread some of that 7, which I guess kills the larva that they feed on. And then Uncle Craig, he's exterminator up in Maryland. He's sprayed.
Man of many hats.
Many. That's right. He's also a party bus driver.
Right, party bus driver.
But he had sprayed some other areas with it too. So that's how I guess he got involved in the yard.
Okay.
And noticed things need to be trimmed and said he would do it. And somehow we ended up helping.
Right,
so.
Right. Well,
it is my daughter, so I guess.
Right. Yeah. Did she participate?
She's on the way back from Ireland, so no, she did not. She's going to come home to it all being done.
And that's a nice return to home gift. Very nice of you guys.
I helped with the work, but it wasn't my idea.
Well, we have a minor cold front coming through this evening, so tomorrow is a high of 81. That'll be a nice little reprieve.
It has been brutal these last week and a half.
Yeah. The last weekend, the boys and I, last Friday, actually the Friday before the July 3rd, Lauren was off work, so we went to the pool, and it was the day before the boys and I were there, and it was 104 where we were. I know that's not what it clocked on the official temperature, or where we were was 104, and the water was not cool, but it still felt like when I was in the pool, I was never hot.
Right.
I was comfortable. Get out of the pool, it was pretty bad.
Right.
In the sun. But had a couple days, triple digits at the pool, and it was brutal, but it was nice to be in the pool. The boys had a ball. And both boys are swimming now.
Oh, great.
Yep. Lincoln, I've been telling him for weeks, I was like, let go of my arm and you can swim to the ladder. He's like, no, Dad. And he's like got the death grip on my arm. And so then Lauren worked with him to float on his back. And so he showed me, I was like, well, if you can float on your back, you can swim. He's like, no, that's the other way. I was like, you can swim on your back. And so I showed him, and then he wanted to try it, and he did it. And then he started doggy paddling, and then he was coming down the slide. And he's like, Dad, can you like not catch me and just like see if I can swim after I get off the slide to the ladder, and then you're right there if I need help. I was like, sure. I haven't helped him since. Down probably 60 times, 80 times down the slide, swim over, repeat, just over and over and over. And so he's super excited about that. He was super excited to show Mom, so that was fun.
Yeah.
It's better than me.
What did you all do on the 4th?
We went to my parents. Okay. We had some ribs and some slaw and some baked beans and some jalapeno cornbread. It was delicious. And then we came back here, and our next door neighbor always treats us every year to some fireworks.
Whether you want it or not.
Well, no, 20 minutes is good, but this year he went for an hour and 15 minutes.
It was a 250th.
Yeah, it was. But an hour and 15 minutes with no breaks.
Let me tell you, he did better than the show downtown. Because Sarah and I, we did dinner with her parents, and then on our way home, I said, let's go downtown. Let's watch the fireworks, So we found a place just on the road and pulled over and waited for them to start. They were at the Grasshopper Stadium.
Right.
And it was just your average Grasshopper.
That they have every
time.
Friday and Saturday
I
night
was
for a
so
home game.
disappointed. I thought this was going to be a massive 250th celebration type. It was, to me, the exact same thing you would get at any home game.
You would think that they would. This is what I'm thinking. If the city of Greensboro was not doing their own, that they would have joined.
Right, combined forces. You got July 4th and
right. Have the game, and then have, even if it was the same amount of time, 15 or 20 minutes, but have it even more grand.
Right.
They didn't do that?
No.
That is disappointing.
It really was.
Because I was thinking about taking the boys to the game.
Be thankful. Well, yeah, be thankful you didn't. I don't know, but you would have had the game. That would have been.
Well, but we could do it any Friday or Saturday night. They have a home game and get the same thing.
For sure.
So, Okay, well, yeah, that's what we did, and the boys were in bed. Well, Lincoln was in bed, and I didn't know if he's going to be able to go to sleep, but he finally did because it was. I mean, he came over, and in fact, I'm not complaining. He comes over every July the 4th. He's like, "Hey, Chris, just want to let you know, got a bunch of fireworks. We'll be setting them off. Just give me a heads up." And I appreciate that because we're so close. And he doesn't have like the stuff you get in the Walmart parking lot. Like he's got, I don't know where he's getting it, but it's like, I mean, they're going up in the air exploding with the big, I mean, he has those.
Right.
And I did say, it's like, well, Jonathan, it's been really dry, brother. And he's like, I know. He's like, I'm going to have my hose. He's like, he had several 5-gallon buckets full of water. He's like, I'm trying to be, as safe and responsible as I can. So.
Have I mentioned the Australian guy that I've watched on YouTube commenting about America? And
oh yeah,
did I tell you about that? We may even talk about it on the show about going to Walmart and the fireworks.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to repeat it.
Yeah. Well, and in Australia, there's a lot of people that have been here and that have made some pretty cool YouTube videos that have been quite entertaining, which is fun because we actually love our country.
Yep.
We know that there is a subset of people that for some reason don't, but I think it just confirms that we're right and they're wrong, that foreigners are coming here with a preconception and then they actually
I was going to send you this picture of this shirt. It says, imagine a country so great, even the people who hate it refuse to leave.
Amen. Amen. But in all fairness, like I've asked this question. It's been quite some years ago. I asked a question to a coworker, and I said, I'm not looking to debate. I'm not even looking for civil discourse. I just have one simple question. And they said, okay. I said, it was already established to hate the country. I said, if you hate this country, then why do you live here? And they said, I don't have an answer for that. And they left. Like, if you really truly hate it, is Chavez still alive? He's not. Go there, hang out with him. Go hang out with Castro. I mean, it's just common sense. It really is. So that's a great shirt. Yeah. I would wear that too. I mean, like I would. So
we try not to be political, but that's not political. That's not political.
It's not political.
Say you love your country,
right? Yeah. There's no. Yeah. It has been by some people that are deeply mentally disturbed have made it political, and there are people that may or may not be mentally disturbed, but are sheep that believe it's political. It's not political. There's nothing political about saying you love the country that you live in and having a sense of pride for what most people consider the greatest country on the earth. And there are a lot of great countries.
Could we be better?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, we could. But there are a lot of great countries. So it's not like we're on an island of one. Right? That's like. We're not saying that there aren't other great countries. There are, but I mean, this is a great country. Yeah. We've had foreign exchange students, a missionary, and au pairs. We've had 13 people live in our house from other countries, and they all want to live here.
Right.
Like Jenny, who I mean, like she wants to only speak English, and she's irritated because her friends in Germany won't speak English. And she I remember the last time she was here, she said, when I got off
in all fairness, if I was German, I'd want you to speak German.
Right. Yeah. But she when she landed in Atlanta, she was like, oh, English. So anyhow, yes, July 4th, Independence Day. We didn't do anything special, but it was a good day. Yeah. The ribs were great.
I didn't have that. I wish I had.
The ribs? What did you have?
Hamburgers.
No, that's not bad.
No, I'm not complaining. Actually, I was looking forward to them.
I mean, you missed out. I know you were out of town, but you missed out on my birthday. I made some really good hamburgers. Just going to say. I made them half-pound hamburgers, and they were seasoned really well. They were really good. What I like about the two of us eating ribs is I know we like our ribs the same way.
Right.
Not that we won't eat them other ways, right? But Eric, and most people talk about like, oh, these ribs, man, the meat fell right off the bone. And then as soon as I hear that at a restaurant, I'm like, I'll never go there for ribs. Like, that doesn't impress me. Like, anybody has the ability to overcook meat. Like, that doesn't take a skill, right? That's just like forgetfulness, right? I like meaty meat. And that's how my mom, Lauren doesn't care for it, but that's how my mom and dad do the ribs. And it's so good. They were so good. And so I have 3 racks of rib in the freezer. We need to have a rib night.
Amen.
A rib fest.
Amen.
Cooked the way we like them. Oh my goodness.
I prefer them the same way, but I like them always, be honest. Just like bacon.
Right.
You know, I like my bacon crispy, but if you make it floppy, I'll eat it.
Right. So, right. Well, same. Yeah. If someone's going to serve me ribs that are falling off the bone, I'm going to eat them and enjoy it. I'm just not going to enjoy it as much. Right. Yep. Because I just like something.
Like our friend Mike that used to live with me, he would boil the ribs and then grill them. So you'd get the char. But they would fall off. They would fall off the bone when you ate them because they made them super tender.
Right.
But then you would still have the charred.
And the outside would be firm up
and charred, because you had it grilled.
Okay.
So he did it both, and I like that too. I thought that was really good.
Well, the way I do it, the way I've always done it, is I do it on the grill. I season it and I put it on the grill. 8 minutes on the meat side, flip it 7 minutes on that side. Then I put it in the oven for 2 hours at like 325, and then I finish it on the grill just to like thicken up the barbecue sauce. Right. That's how I do it. So it's not in the oven for like 8 hours or 10 hours. It's just 2 hours. Yeah. So
I have not done ribs on my smoker yet. We need to try that too.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Eric's doing the ribs. Party at Eric's house. I have 3 racks, so that should be enough for our one listener. Okay.
After party.
Yeah.
After show party.
After show party. Now, we did have some vandalism in the studio, and Eric said that maybe it was
Coherency Matters.
Coherency Matters. There is a movement that has come up called Coherency Matters that they're protesting our show, and they have come in and they vandalized our studio. So we're going to have increased police presence here for our own safety. And so I think we have chit-chatted quite enough. We'll go over to celebrity birthdays. And July 11th on my site that I use, famous birthdays, is rife with people that are not famous.
Pop singers and TikTok stars and Instagram stars that are so famous I don't even have a picture for them.
Right, yeah. Exactly. No picture, but they're famous. But we do have some people of notoriety on here.
You mentioned Lil' Kim. I don't have any information on her, but I do recognize the name as well.
Yeah. Lil' Kim. She's small. That's why the Lil, right? Yeah. Pint-sized rap icon. She have multiple platinum albums.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Hit song Lady Marmalade that I've never heard.
Nah, I wouldn't know it if I heard it. And she had a long-term relationship with Biggie.
Notorious B.I.G.
Yep. And Lady Marmalade is also been performed by Missy Elliott and Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
Yeah. So happy birthday to her. She is 52.
From New York City.
Yep. Just let's see who else.
I think she qualifies as a celebrity.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. If you have multiple platinum albums,
you're definitely a celebrity.
You're a celebrity for sure. And I will. We'll just start here because we're going to take it more current.
Okay.
John Quincy Adams, right? Okay. And you've got some tidbits on him, but
I do.
Born this day in 1767,
just 259 years ago.
Just because in a little bit you're going to understand why he said just.
We like to keep it current. 6th president of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
He was a prolific diarist. He wrote everything down.
Yes.
He was a fierce abolitionist. He was Harvard educated. He spoke several different languages.
Mm-hmm.
And he liked to swim nude in the Potomac River every morning at 5 a.m.
Oh, wow. On his back, I hope.
I've
seen the fish in there.
Let's see what else. He was also the first president to install a billiard table in the White House.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah.
Got that going for him. And he's the only former president to return to the U.S. House of Representatives after leaving and served for 17 years.
Right. Yeah.
Passionately fighting against slavery.
And his father was a president.
Yep. John Adams.
Yep.
So
the second?
Was he the second? I don't know.
Second or third? Because he was the sixth.
He was this. Oh, you mean which president? I thought you meant his dad. John Quincy Adams II.
Oh, no. His dad was John Adams.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, yeah. A founding father, second president. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, okay, here, look. He ran for re-election 828, lost to Andrew Jackson, who won the popular vote, but not the Electoral College 4 years prior.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I would say he lived pretty old for back then. I'm not saying it was completely uncommon, but 80 was.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So.
Yeah. When I saw that he was born in 1767, I'm like, because I had in my mind wrongly that he had signed the Declaration of Independence. And I go, wait a minute, that doesn't add up. Are these dates right? Because that would have made him like 8 years old. And of course, it was his father.
His father, yeah, John Adams.
John Adams,
yeah, right. That's why he's referred to as John Quincy Adams. Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was 8 years old.
Quite the
You can't really go
quite
by
a bit by 8. I'm kind of embarrassed.
You can't really go by which one was not legible because none of them really were.
Right.
I've seen his signature. Have you?
John Hancock.
Right.
Legible.
Right. Yes. Very.
And prominent.
Prominent. Yes. Have you seen them?
Seen whom?
The signatures.
Yeah.
No, I mean on the bricks in D.C.
Oh no.
Jackson and I saw that. So there's this, and I should remember. I don't remember the park or the name of the section or the area that it's in, but in DC we had rented a bike and we were riding all around and we found an area where they had these pavers and they're exact replicas of all the signatures.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and of course John Hancock's is prominent, right? But
we've been to you and I have been to the National Archives.
Yes.
Seen
yep.
All the documents with signatures.
So we saw it on the document itself. I just thought that was neat to have that out there, and it's right beside it with some water. Is I think well done. I enjoyed that. Interesting. You have any more on him?
That's all I have on Mr. John Quincy Adams.
Well,
do you have anything else?
No,
I thought you did. Maybe not.
Well, the Electoral College popular vote thing.
Yep. I have a picture on my phone of John Quincy Adams with his sideburns in black and white, side by side with the black and white picture of our rabbit, who's a lion's mane, who has the same.
So, all right, yeah.
So they were very similar. There's a resemblance there.
There's a resemblance there between Lucky and John.
Yeah.
Is Lucky a male?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you think he would get along with Lucy?
I think Lucy would love.
Yeah. I think Lucky would probably hurt Lucy though.
No,
they're not strong.
No,
the kicks.
No,
the mean, nasty teeth.
No, he'd probably just see Lucy. Lucy would run at him, and he'd probably fall over dead.
Oh.
Rabbits are notorious for having like heart attacks and.
Oh, that's right. They do. Their heart beats fast anyhow. Right. Yeah.
I did see an article though about the oldest rabbit in existence right now. It's still alive. It's 15 years old, and it's also a lion's mane.
Oh, 15.
15.
Mine, the only rabbit I've ever had, he lived 2 years, 3 years.
We think that Lucky was, based on what the vet said, was 2 years old when we found him. We've had him going on 6 now, so he's 8 years old.
You found him in the wild?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I didn't. Sarah did. Sarah was over at her brother's house, who lives out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And her brother said, "Look, there's a rabbit out there." And Sarah goes, "Oh yeah, she's almost see how close I can get to him." And so she got within 10 feet. And stopped, and Lucky ran right up and sat at her feet.
he had to be a lost
So
pet.
it was
he's
well. Clearly, it's not a wild
right,
rabbit.
because we don't have those kind here.
No, it's a Rex lion's mane. So clearly, it was somebody's pet who either they let him go or he escaped. So they had signs made, and they put them all over that area. Nobody ever claimed them, and so she just ended up keeping them. So, yeah, we didn't seek out to become rabbit owners.
So no Hassenpfeffer in the near future.
Not as a
sorry, Sarah, that was a joke. I'm a big Bugs Bunny fan. Yeah, bring me my Hassenpfeffer. So So you got this. I need to see this. Do you have it on your phone?
I tried to find. I couldn't find it, but I will.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have it. I just the quick search. I couldn't bring it up quickly.
Well, while you're looking there, we'll go to our next birthday. It was Miss Celia Ward, who Eric and I both are still enamored with. She is 70 today. On top of what we think is her stunning looks, she also, I think, is a good actor.
Yeah, actress.
I've enjoyed her.
Is it actor or actress?
Actor is not gender specific.
Okay.
Actress is a made up word to appease people that have issues. That's what it boils down to. Because actor, if you actually talk to people that are hardcore into it, it's actor. Yeah.
What's the first thing you remember her in?
The first thing I remember her in was it was a show that House.
Oh, was she in House?
Mm-hmm. She was like she had for a part of a season or full. She was kind of like, I can't remember. She was a love interest or I can't remember.
Well, I remember her from The Fugitive.
Yeah. And I have seen The Fugitive, but for when I saw it, like I didn't make the connection there.
Right.
Yeah. She was in several episodes of House as Stacy alongside Hugh Laurie. So,
gotcha.
But that's where
I've always.
She is a fine, easy on the eyes for sure.
Well, she was. What did I read about her? She was a cheerleader at Alabama and was crowned the homecoming queen.
Well, you've got since you mentioned soccer, this is a soccer player, Ahmad Diallo. He
Manchester United.
Manchester United. Yeah, he's from Ivory Coast, which is where very close to some of my DNA ethnicity. They're on the western coast of Africa. Yeah, so he plays. I don't know
if he still plays or not.
Yeah,
it probably does. It says joined in 2021. It's 5 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's got to be playing somewhere. Let's look here.
Well, he's 24. He's only 24, so yeah, I bet he does. I mean,
let's see who he plays for now. He scored a goal against Norway, a 74-foot goal. So,
wow.
Plays as a
he's still with Manchester United.
Okay, cool deal. So that's who else do we have here? Do you have someone?
Well, I've got someone who's no longer with us. He was born 752 years ago today.
Okay.
Robert the Bruce.
Oh yeah, Robert the Bruce.
Yes.
Who was his brother?
No.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know?
Oh.
Or uncle or. Isn't there some connection between him and William Wallace?
Oh, just that William Wallace fought for Scotland's independence.
Oh, okay.
He backed him at one point, but then in trying to protect his interests in England, his land interests, he actually sided with England.
Right.
But then eventually broke and fought for Scotland's
right. Okay.
Independence.
Yeah. So
in the Battle of Ben Knockburn.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
I did do. What's that? William was a Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Did you see that movie?
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed that movie, but apparently it's not very accurate.
No, they took a lot of liberties with it. Yeah.
So
Robert the First technically was his official title, but yeah, known as Robert the Bruce.
King of the Scots.
King of the Scots, yeah. Very interesting. I've watched a lot of those period series, and there's quite a few.
Yeah, I do. I like period pieces.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the Viking ones?
I have watched some of them, but I've not watched the whole series. Is it just called Viking, or is it called?
Yeah. So
another one of my good friends that I used to work with at Lowe's, he highly recommended it, but I have not gotten into it yet.
So I will tell you right now, the one that we started with, and anyhow, I should remember it. There's a show. Uhtred is the main character. I'm not remembering the name of it, and I'm frustrated. Lauren and I watched it. It was really good, like from beginning to end.
Movie or series?
Series on Netflix. Did not want it to end.
And you watched the whole series?
Yes.
Is it just one season, or is it?
No, it was like 6.
Yeah, I bet you that's the same one.
Yeah, it was fantastic. The last something. Oh my goodness, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassing myself. But what my point is, Vikings. It's not an official prequel. There's no connection between the two companies and the actors and all that, right? But where the end of it overlaps with the beginning of the one that I can't remember.
Gotcha.
And so if I were going to watch again, I would start with Vikings, watch it all the way through to the end, and then pick up with the one I can't remember and watch it, because at the end of Vikings, they're talking about Uhtred and some of the other characters and how it's all intertwined. And even though it wasn't meant as a prequel, chronologically, it kind of is.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry to do this as we're recording, but I have to find the name of this.
When did you all watch it?
It was years ago.
Oh, okay.
The Last Kingdom.
Okay.
It was 5 seasons. 2015 to 20, so it started in 2015. It's just, I have always been fascinated with, I cannot do it right now, but I could tell you the lineage of what became England when it was still Northumbria and Saxon and like all the different empires. What eventually became England, like the first actual king of England, all the way many years through. And that's why Robert the Bruce, even though it was Scotland, that all kind of intertwines. And they're all like, cousins and siblings anyhow. So, but I've always been fascinated with all the empires that eventually formed England. And so it was called the Last Kingdom because it was basically what happened and led up to the formation of England.
Gotcha.
So it was like the Last Kingdom before it was all together. Great series. Like Lauren was like, she was glued, and she didn't watch the Vikings when I told her about it. And I wish she would have. The first episode is really slow, like really slow. It takes its time. You're basically building character development, but also building some stuff that solidifies a lot of their spiritual beliefs and superstitions and things like that. That is really important for the foundation of the show.
Right.
So I highly recommend it, and I would start with the Vikings, but just go into it knowing it starts slow, but once it picks up, it's great.
Check it out.
Yeah, and The Last Kingdom, fantastic. I mean, just fantastic. Not for kids.
Right. You got 2 more on the list that I didn't have on mine.
Yeah. Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
I said it to Eric, and he's like, and then he saw it. I think it looks like if you took a computer program that ages people, it's basically Ryan Seacrest when he would be 74.
I see it now. You can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's Ryan Seacrest. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. He was in Avatar.
Right.
Gods and Generals.
Oh, that was the other. That's what I was telling you. He played Stonewall Jackson in Gods and Generals.
Yeah, I love that movie. Did you watch it?
I have not seen. In fact, I shouldn't say this out loud. I'd never heard of it.
Really?
Never heard of it.
I would put that just under. Have you ever watched Gettysburg, the movie Gettysburg?
Yes.
Yeah. He was in that as well.
Okay, so it's like
it's part of it. Yeah, it's and it goes. I think it may even be by the same director in the same company. But
okay.
I highly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out then because I like this guy.
I can't remember the name of the movie he was in where he played a blind guy who was a serial killer or something like that. But anyway,
a serial killer. Let's see,
it's been so long since I watched it, but it was definitely a horror type movie.
Okay, yeah, and this one right here, I mean, they give some tidbits, they don't go in depth. It's not like a Wikipedia article.
Right.
So he is 74 today.
Yeah, I really like him.
Yep, I do too. And then we got Bruce McGill.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he kind of always look inebriated?
He does. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like who's the golfer that's always drunk and smoking cigarettes and eats unhealthy? John Daly.
John Daly. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of has that look where he's just always drunk. That's how he looks to me. No offense. I'm just.
Did you see Law Abiding Citizen with Jamie Foxx?
I have not.
That was a good movie, and he's in that. That's one of his bigger movies, I think.
Okay, I've seen a lot of movies and lots of like bit parts here and there on TV series. Mm-hmm. He was in Lincoln with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh yeah, I don't remember him that sadly, mm-hmm. but mm-hmm. Daniel Day-Lewis was amazing. And first of all, he's an incredible actor.
He's an amazing actor.
No matter what he does is just insane.
An amazing actor. Yes, he is. Believable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's an actor.
Right.
You know.
Speaking of actors, I've also got Thomas Mitchell, probably not as well known to our current audience.
Okay. Oh yeah.
He was born 134 years ago today. But he was an award-winning actor, was in Gone with the Wind, High Noon, and what I remember him most for, It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes.
He was Uncle Billy in It's a Wonderful Life, and we watched that every year.
Every year. I've run into Megan several times, seeing it at the Carolina Theater. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was the first male actor to achieve the coveted triple crown of acting, which is an Emmy and a Tony and
Oscar.
Mm-hmm. He appeared in 1939. He appeared in 5 major films that were nominated for the Best Picture that year. So pretty much probably every movie that was nominated for Best Picture, he was in. Mm-hmm. It was Stagecoach, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Gone with the Wind, Only Angels Have Wings, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. He was in every one of those that year.
Wow. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Gone with the Wind?
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah's mom loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Read the book. I think she's read the book like 24 times.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the movie a few times. I think it's an older movie. It's not one. It can
help. I think if it has some editing.
Oh yeah, it's way too long.
Yeah,
it's definitely too long. I mean, any movie that has a built-in what's it called when you take a break? Intermission.
Right.
It's probably too long.
Yeah. It was like Dances with Wolves. That's the first movie I ever saw that had an intermission. I saw it in Boone with Carlin, and it ended, and you and like white up on the screen, and I was like, man, that was a really weird ending. It's like it just ended, and Carlin was like, oh, it's intermission. I was like, intermission? He's like, it's a really long movie. I was like, because we'd already been there 2 hours. I was like, it's not over. So I went to see Gone with the Wind for the first time. I had never seen it. My mother reared in a household where they just didn't go to the movies, mm-hmm. like at all. But she always wanted to see it. They were playing at the Carolina Theater.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they play on the big screen.
So I took her there to see it.
Pretty much every year, every other year, fairly frequently.
Yeah, I took her there to see it, and so she was super excited about it. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say I didn't. I tend to like older movies. They are stylized, and some of the acting is over the top. Like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
it's over the top stylized acting. But I usually enjoy those. I just thought it was just so long. It was hard for me to kind of keep track of everything. because I have limited mental capacity. But I think it's fair that it's revered.
I agree.
Like it is.
I agree.
Yeah, that was the point I was getting at.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it won Best Picture that year, but I'm sure it probably did.
It did in everybody's mind.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Who else do you have?
I don't know. I will have to talk about this off air, but I need this right here together. I don't know what's going on there, but anyhow, Giorgio Armani, you got some stuff on him, right?
I do.
Yeah, Giorgio Armani. I have a story I'm going to tell, but go ahead. Give us. He did pass away last year, but today would have been his birthday. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Founder of the Armani luxury fashion house, born in Italy. He revolutionized in the power suit for men and women.
Yes.
He built a multi-million-dollar empire. He never studied fashion, dropped out of medical school, actually, because he was like a window dresser in some department store or something. Funded his first collection by selling his car, and basically Hollywood put on the map because Richard Gere wore his power suits in American Gigolo.
Right.
He was
a net worth regularly valued over $5 billion, the most successful designer from Italy is what he's considered. Here's the part I didn't know if you were going to have. He designed the suits Christian Bale wore.
I did not have that. How about that?
And we have talked about Batman several times on the show.
Yes.
Just randomly here and there.
And Christian Bale's my favorite Batman.
Yeah, exactly. And he's the one that designed those suits.
Yeah.
So I have a story. When I was working,
that's interesting. I did not know that.
At People's Computers, where Eric and I met in '93, behind the
94.
store.
94.
That's what I'm saying when I started working there in '93, March of '93. You came back
in '94.
But do you remember what month?
No.
Okay. It was not cold. I do know that.
Okay.
I don't remember what month either, but I started there in March of '93. Right behind that store was a men's warehouse. Long gone. It's two. We have two now. Not there. But I went in there and I bought the second nicest suit I've ever owned. It was a Givenchy. It was a really, really nice, deep dark blue. The fabric had this neat. It was solid, but it had like this textured look to it. Amazing suit. Absolutely loved it. And the guy was like, well, how about this Armani suit? I was like, Armani was, I was ignorant. I was 19. It's like Armani. He's like, yeah, check this one out. And they had an Armani suit in my size. I tried it on and it is the nicest suit I've ever owned. I've had some hardship from
nicest suit I've ever owned is probably a Hagar. Just kidding.
But my point is I was like, I can't spend this much. And I can't remember the exact numbers, but I ended up getting both suits for $220 more than it would if I just bought the one. So basically 200. I mean, it was gorgeous. Everything about it was perfect. It was a great suit. And then I found out later that he was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And there's some, of course, he didn't design the clones, but there's some clones under the Armani name that are amazing fragrances.
He probably had a say in it. Maybe not design.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
He was a perfectionist.
He wasn't the perfumer, but I'm sure he had to sign off on it because his name was on it.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, who else do we have here? Do you know this? I know this guy's face.
I don't.
I don't know him. Today's his birthday.
Oh, let's give his name so people
John Henson.
John Henson, comedian.
Yeah.
From Connecticut.
He's from Greensboro, Connecticut.
There you
go.
Okay.
Yeah. I do remember.
Oh yeah, it says co-host on ABC's hit game The Wipeout. I remember him from that.
Okay.
You ever watch that?
No, but I remember.
It's like an obstacle course where people are knocked into water.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
Okay. Like American Ninja.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Only more lighthearted.
Right.
Yeah, and he's the host for that. I recognize the face. I didn't recognize the name, and I couldn't place. But now that I see that, that's where I've seen it.
And I know him from My Name Is Earl, so that's where I know him from.
And see, I didn't watch that.
Yeah. I had a small recurring role as a look, but he it was a small role, but it was recurring, so I remember him from that. So yeah, happy birthday to him. He's 59 today.
I have
that's the end of my birthday. Well, there is one more on the history, so yeah, go ahead.
E.B. White.
E.B. White, yep.
American writer who wrote Stuart Little and Charlotte's Web.
Mm-hmm.
He was born 127 years ago today.
Okay, yeah.
He died in 85. Let's see here. He was an animal lover.
Yes.
He had a dog named Daisy, which he actually wrote an obituary for, and it was published in the New Yorker.
Okay.
He writes about his dog. Her life was full of incident, but not of accomplishment. What
a brilliant way of wording things. That is amazing.
Once she slipped her leash and chased a horse for 3 blocks through heavy traffic in the carking belief that she was an effective agent against horses. She died sniffing life and enjoying it.
And that's why he was such a popular Pulitzer Prize winning artist and author and essay.
Of course, they made Charlotte's Web into an animated film. They wanted to change the ending so that Charlotte wouldn't die. He fought them and won.
Of course. Yeah.
And he and his wife hated the animated Charlotte's Web and regretted that was made into that feature. It's called it a travesty.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was E.B.
Mm-hmm.
His first name was Elwyn. He did not like that.
What?
Elwyn.
Elwyn.
E-L-W-Y-N. Elwyn.
So my friend Carlin, who you knew,
uh-huh.
Carlin is not a common name. Most people called him Carlton, which made him crazy. He's like, there's no T in my name. His father's name was Carson. So I think they just replaced the S with an L.
Right.
But his middle name was Odell. And he hated it with a passion. I can
understand that.
Yeah. Well, I was one. I mean, obviously his parents knew and his family, but like I think there was a very small list of people that actually knew that, and I was forbidden to ever say it. So yeah, that reminded me when he said it, he did not like it.
That would name. Just make me want to say it more. Now, my dad was a Eugene. He despised that. Wanted to be called Deuce.
Deuce. I cannot. As you know, like I had to call your parents Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
Man. I could not call them otherwise. But the name Deuce is perfect for him. It just is. What a great name. So, and a great man for sure.
Thank you.
Who else you got today?
Yul Brynner. You had him as well. He was on your list.
On this one, he wasn't on the famous birthday list.
Well, he's famous.
He's more famous than those TikTok stars.
Amen. Amen. He was born 106 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
Academy Award-winning stage and screen actor. He was in the King and I and the Ten Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Russia,
or
was from Russia. He was also a television director. He was a multilingual musician. He was the inspiration behind the comic book character Professor X in the X-Men series.
Oh, I can see that.
Jack Kirby, I guess he's a comic book creator, utilized Brennan's commanding bald look and intense gaze for Professor Charles Xavier in the X-Men's franchise. Mr. Brenner, he shaved his head for the Broadway musical The King and I and kept it as his personal trademark.
Okay. And I think that in the movies, they did a good job who they cast for him. Patrick Stewart.
Yep.
I think that was.
I concur.
Yep. That was a good casting there.
He spoke 11 languages.
Wow.
And in his youth, he worked as a flying trapeze acrobat in a French circus.
Oh, that's not one that I had read. Okay.
Yeah, after a severe fall caused him to be bedridden for 8 months, which forced him to transition into the arts.
Okay. Yep. It just sounds lazy to me. Sounds like E.B. White's dog. Yeah. And it seems like No, it was Ten Commandments. I've seen both King and I and Ten
Right.
Commandments. But yeah, I mean, I remember. Was he in? I'm going to embarrass myself. Was he in? Chariots of Fire.
I don't remember him being in Chariots of Fire.
There was bald-headed people in it, so in my mind he was. He seems like he could have been, doesn't he?
It does.
Yeah, just that presence that he had.
I saw something somewhere just recently. Maybe it was a week or two ago. Speaking of chariots, about how it took us like 2,000 years to go from chariots to wagons to cars, and then within 120 years we went from cars to space shuttles.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. He. I mean, it was in 1981. He passed in 85. He wasn't there. But, yeah, fine actor.
I also have Jerry Richardson Sr.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe he's more regional to us. Maybe that's why he's not on the list that I had.
Maybe. American businessman and NFL team owner. He owned the Carolina Panthers, our local NFL team. Was born in Spring Hope, North Carolina.
Hardee's as well?
Yes, yes.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. You probably have that, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was a millionaire restaurant magnate and the founder and original owner of the Carolina Panthers. He made his fortune opening the first franchise Hardee's in South Carolina and remains the only person who's been inducted into the South Carolina Athletic and Business Hall of Fame and let's see. I don't know. He caught a touchdown pass while he was a player for the NFL from Johnny Unitas.
Right. I remember they were teammates.
Yep. He took his championship bonus and co-founded the Spartan Food Systems to open the Hardee's in Spartanburg.
Okay.
Eventually became the CEO of Flagstar, a massive food service company with 2,500 restaurants and 100,000 employees. And he was a very rare former player owner.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, he made money playing, but not the money they make today.
Right.
And he basically was self-made.
Yeah.
He took initiative to build an empire.
Yeah.
And very, very well known in this area for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Hardee's is still prolific, and he was on TV a lot. The Panthers. It's interesting because, prior to then, the Panthers becoming our franchise, most people, I don't mean people that moved from other states, right? But most people in this area, it was Falcons. Like the Falcons or they've changed their name, the Redskins, right? That was the two because of proximity and also TV rights.
Why not Eagles? The Eagles would be a little bit closer, wouldn't it?
DC's a little bit closer.
Okay.
Than Philadelphia. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just kind of like when I was growing up and a kid, right. That's who most of the televised games were.
Yeah, most of the televised games were
right.
The Braves.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the
Falcons. Yeah. So when the Panthers came along, it was massive. It was like a fever.
Sure. Yeah.
People were like 100% on board with it. And I remember my uncle who lived in the house next to where we are now. He asked me if I wanted to go to a game. We went to I don't know if it was the first preseason game ever, but it was a preseason game of their first inaugural year. And they played the New York Giants. And it was at Death Valley where the Clemson Tigers play. And we went down there for that game.
Cool.
And I think we ended up we went to like 4 or 5 games between preseason and regular season that year. And it was just like, it was just like movement. Like the stadium was packed. It was a big deal. And it's still, they still draw a good crowd year after year, regardless of how the team's playing. So yeah, that was cool.
There's talk that North Carolina could get a Major League Baseball team.
I'm trying to ignore it, because I was so disappointed when the Twins didn't move here.
Right.
For people, people that are into baseball, like deep into it, probably know this. Most people probably don't know, but the Minnesota Twins, there was a time where there was discussions to bring them here, and they were actually going to be in Kernersville because it was like, between Greensboro High, Twin Cities, trying to keep that going. And Eric and I are not fan of taxation. We're not fans of that. But I was so disappointed because the tax increase was like a penny. It was very, very low. The business group of owners that were coming in were going to build, buy the land, build the stadium, and it was a very low tax. And of course, it got voted down. And I was like ready to buy season tickets. So yes, I do hope it happens, but I'm not reading stuff on it because I don't want to be so disappointed again. They're talking about Raleigh, I think.
I didn't think they'd settled on a city.
Well, they haven't settled on it, but there have been. Raleigh is in the discussions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or the Raleigh area.
Well,
yeah.
In all honesty, it probably would support it better than our MSA.
Right.
I have Leon Spinks was born on this day.
I did not have him.
In 1953, American boxer, 73 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
He died in 2021.
Right. Mm-hmm.
WBA heavyweight champion in 1978. Olympic gold lightweight champion, heavyweight champion in 1976. He was from St. Louis, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Famously shocked the boxing world in 1978 by defeating Muhammad Ali.
Yep. That'll kind of catapult you.
Yeah. But then lost him again like 212 days ago. So it was like a very short-lived.
Right. But not many people have that on their resume.
Right. Not many people.
Right.
His younger brother was Michael Spinks.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the first brothers to win gold medals in the Olympics in 1976.
Okay.
And that 76 Dream Team, U.S. Olympic boxing team, is considered one of the best in Olympic history, claiming 5 gold medals, including one for Sugar Ray Leonard.
Well, yes. Wow.
So
that's cool. And also a cool last name.
Yeah.
Have you ever met anyone with the last name?
I don't know any other Spinks.
Yeah, I don't either. That's just a really cool last name. Yeah.
Speaking of cool last names, we also have the final celebrity birthday for me is Richie Sambora.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
He's 67 years
67
old today. American rock guitarist and songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Helped write "Living on a Prayer." He used to date Cher in '89 to '90. He also married Heather Locklear from, she was very attractive, 94 to 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Born in New Jersey. He had auditioned for Kiss before joining Bon Jovi.
Oh, really?
Yep. He had auditioned to replace Ace Frehley. He helped pen "Living on a Prayer" and "You Give Love a Bad Name." He's been inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2009. That's pretty much all I got about him.
I like to jokingly sing that chorus to Lauren.
Which one?
"You Give Love a Bad Name." I was like, "Shot through the heart." I'm just saying that to her. And she's like, "Shut up." And you have a personal connection between you and him, right?
You, Richie?
Yeah.
You talking about my relationship with Heather?
No. No, I'm talking about Anna.
What about Anna?
Didn't she for a time was in a relationship with someone that had a connection to Bon Jovi?
I don't remember that.
What? Remember the guy? He was not so nice.
Oh, I know.
Audio engineer.
Yeah, but I don't think it was Bon Jovi, was it?
I mean, she was posting stuff about going to concerts, and she was backstage, and
but I don't remember. Being Bon Jovi.
Maybe I'm hallucinating that. I thought there was some kind of connection there.
It could be. I don't know. He did do it for several different artists. I just didn't remember it being from Bon Jovi.
Okay. So, I could have swore I saw something on Facebook, and she was like in a picture with Richie Sambora.
Well, maybe they met out. I don't know.
Okay.
You know, because she would go to the CMA awards. He did more, I thought, country music, but I could be wrong. I mean, he could have done Bon Jovi too. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Okay. We'll move to this day in history.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That was the end of our birthdays.
Yeah.
And Eric has, like I said earlier, we have a treat for you. Something very current, very current. But we're not ready to go there, are you?
I can go wherever you want, whenever you want.
I'm going to start with my earliest. Well, we've already talked. John Quincy Adams was born, but that on this day.
Yep.
But Aaron Burr.
Okay.
Slays. This says Alexander Hamilton in a duel. We've talked about duels several times on the show. That was a way that men used to settle their differences legally.
Not this case. It was actually illegal. Well, where they did it, they took a boat to where it was legal.
Right.
But
I shouldn't say legally. It was commonplace. It was more of what I'm saying. It was how people took care of business. So
gentlemen,
yes. Yes. So that was Alexander Hamilton. Was he on the Declaration of Hamilton?
Did he sign the Declaration of Hamilton?
I don't know, but
I don't know, but we needed.
He's on a $20 bill, right? No, that's Andrew Jackson.
No, he. He was the Treasury, the Secretary of Treasury.
Yes.
Hamilton was, but we need to know that. Our listeners want to know.
He did not sign. He was a 19-year-old student at King's College, which is now Columbia University. Okay. But anyhow,
he did sign the U.S. Constitution.
That's what I was thinking of, the Constitution. Okay. Yeah. I knew he had signed something. Anyhow. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you take us all the way back? Try to
222 years ago today.
No, the other one.
What? Oh, no, we haven't finished with Hamilton yet. We got other stuff about Hamilton.
Okay, go ahead.
222 years ago today, Vice President of the United States Aaron Burr mortally wounds former Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton in a pistol duel in 1804. They had a 15-year political rivalry. Hamilton had missed his shot. He had told people that he was going to purposely miss. Burr's bullet struck Hamilton fatally in the duel. They used dueling pistols owned by Hamilton's brother-in-law. The same pistols, tragically, the exact same pistols were used in a duel in 1801 that killed Hamilton's 19-year-old son, Philip.
Oh, wow.
So the same dueling pistols killed Alexander and his son Philip.
Wow.
How about that? Hamilton wrote letters prior to the duel stating that he intended to throw away his shot, means aim wide on purpose. And they found where his bullet was high and behind Aaron Burr. So leading to that maybe he did purposely miss, and then Aaron Burr shot and mortally.
Is there any information on why? Since he had already told people, but is there a reason
why he would miss?
Why he missed on purpose?
I think oftentimes they would do these and actually do that. They would purposely shoot wide right.
Oh, so
as like a saving face type.
Right. Okay.
Neither person died.
So Aaron Burr didn't get the memo.
Or just decided
took a rivalry.
It was time to end this 15-year rivalry that day.
Right.
So Aaron Burr was the sitting vice president at the time. Okay.
We've actually talked about it on the show because it was like a vice president to kill someone.
Burr was charged with 2 counts of murder in New York and New Jersey after Hamilton's death.
Wow.
But he was never tried. He fled to Georgia and completed his term in disgrace.
That is, in the grand scheme of things, that wasn't that long ago.
No. I mean,
That wasn't that long ago, and that's how people were taking care of business. Wow. That's very interesting. I have a fact of the day.
Do tell.
And this day in 1972, Honda introduced the first Civic. I've owned a Civic. Have you owned a Civic?
I had an 86 Honda Civic SI. It's one of my favorite cars I've owned.
I had a 96. No, yeah, doesn't matter. 98.
It's the only non-American car I've ever owned.
Right, but
and built in America, right. Built in Ohio.
Right. Because when I bought my Civic, I remember you saying to me, "That's nice, but it's not American made." I was like, "Actually, it is American made, and it puts food on American tables. Yeah. It's not American owned,
right?
But it is not only American made in your home state,
yep,
Ohio, yeah."
Which I'm sensitive to because the town that I grew up in, GM had a plant that closed, and when it closed, it was devastating for that.
Sure.
Because you know, it's not just the workers that worked at the plant; it's all the supporting businesses for it too. So, I try to buy American.
Sure, absolutely.
Not to mention, built Ford Tough.
Right. So it was a new breed of subcompact fuel-saving cars that arrived just in time for the energy crisis of '73, that brought higher gas prices, long lines, and occasional fistfights at the pump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our good friend David, his stepfather Jerry, who we were very close to as well, I believe he owned a '73.
Okay.
A yellow one.
Okay.
And then my Honda Civic Si, manual transmission. It was just fun to drive. And I look for I go to look on Trader, Auto Trader and stuff for a red 80 Civic Honda Civic Si. There is a white one for sale right now in Virginia.
Okay.
It's white.
Yeah.
And I want red for $9,000.
Mine was red also.
Was it?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Uh-uh.
So the first new car I bought was the Eclipse.
Right. That's the one I remember.
It was in '93.
Okay.
I bought the Civic in '98 while I was at the law firm.
Okay.
And I knew going back and forth to DC that was going to be advantageous.
Gotcha.
Gas wise. Yeah. I will say this. For me, I love a stick shift. For me, it was the funnest car I've ever owned to drive.
I agree. The SI had pep. It was also a manual. Loved driving it, and that's probably more than anything why I like enjoying it.
Well, did you have a moonroof?
I did.
I had a moonroof. When I would leave DC to come home for the weekend, I would always leave at night, like probably around 8, just so I didn't have to deal with all the traffic. And as soon as I got out of DC, right around the Woodbridge exit, I could have the moonroof open, the windows open, Smashing Pumpkins blaring, and I was just on cruise control. It was a great ride.
Not a smart thing to do, but I bought that car new too. And
I did.
How I keep my cars forever. That's no exception. I had that car; it's paid off, and someone ran a red light in Ohio and totaled it.
Well, I will say this. You said, probably because it was stick shift, but I mean, it was, but like it drove really well.
Yeah.
It steered well. It had great center of gravity. It hung to the road well. It performed.
Great gas mileage.
Great.
It was.
Yeah. I remember when the Prius first came out and someone was like, "Oh, I get X a gallon." I was like, we haven't made any advancement because my 98 Civic got better.
David, it was even better than mine. He got that. Was it a HX? The Honda Civic. I remember he took that from here to California when he went in the Air Force. Drove it all the way there.
I averaged 48, but if it was all highway miles, I'd get 51, 52.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
I didn't remember. Getting that good.
I drive well. It's the way I drive. I drive very conservatively, and so
do I.
And yeah, and I kept it in 5th gear. If I could be on like Wendover, I would have it in 5th gear if I could, like if I needed to pass someone or whatever. But I routinely had it in 5th gear, and I would average 46 to 48 miles a gallon with it.
Wow.
So. And I mean, I'm sure yours could have done the same. And so the Prius is not really as special as people think it is.
Right.
Yeah. And there was no battery in our car.
Right.
Yeah. For the motor.
There was a battery, but it
yeah,
wasn't.
but not for the motor. Yeah.
Right.
What else you got on this day in history? Take us way back.
You want to go way back?
Way back. I mean, put us in the way back machine.
How about 1,888 years ago?
That sounds.
Would you consider that way back?
Yes.
That was year 138.
Yeah. 138?
It's still AD. We're still in AD.
That'd be 2000. Oh, yeah. Okay.
138.
Yeah.
138, not 138.
138.
138. Emperor Antonius Pius succeeds Hadrian as the Emperor of Rome.
Well, there you go. I mean,
he was known as the fourth of the 5 good emperors.
Oh, okay.
Okay. His reign stands out for its lack of military conquest, exceptional financial thrift, and remarkable devotion to the Senate. He left a massive financial surplus, which you don't hear about today.
Right now.
Investing heavily in infrastructure, aqueducts, bridges. He did disaster relief for fire or earthquake and damaged cities. He achieved the financial surplus through a frugal lifestyle and cutting superfluous state salaries. They loved him so much they offered to rename the month of September after him, but he declined.
Okay.
Let's see. He lived to be 74, which is pretty good back in those days.
For sure. Back then.
They say he died of a fever that was sparked by eating too much Alpine cheese at dinner. But there's some people don't believe that's true. His adopted sons, Marcus Aurelius and Lucius Verus, ruled as co-emperors after he died. Lucius. I like that name too.
Yeah, that's pretty much every vampire movie has a Lucius in it.
If I had had a son, I would have named him Seth. Was Seth. I've never known a Seth personally.
Really?
Not personally.
I don't think I have either. Actually, yeah.
He's the other good son.
Yeah.
Typical.
Let's see what we have here.
Not quite as far. Well, go ahead.
No. I was going to jump on this one right here.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah, let's save that one for after this. This is a good one too. U.S. Marine Corps is established in 1789, just 228 years ago.
228.
It's formally established as a distinct military branch by the Act of Congress, signed in by President John Adams.
Okay.
It's technically been founded twice. It was originally in 1775 during the Revolution, but disbanded after the war. Legally reestablished as a permanent military branch in 1798 on this date.
Okay. So it's the Marine's birthday today?
The Marine's birthday today.
Semper Fi.
Their band is the oldest continuously active professional musical organization in the United States and has performed at every presidential inauguration since Thomas Jefferson in 1801.
Impressive.
It was built to fight pirates. I guess there was some rising maritime threats from the quasi-war with France, as well as raids from the Barbary pirates. So that's the reason it was reestablished. They have their fair share, don't they?
Yes.
So
interesting.
This is a good one. Talk about the babe.
Yes. Today, it's not his birthday. His birthday was February the 6th, 1895. Born George Herman Ruth, called Jidge when he was young, in and out of trouble for a long time. Sent off to industrial school for boys. He was 19, and he was signed as a pitcher by the Baltimore Orioles. His major league debut was on this day. That's the reason why we're bringing it up, with the Boston Red Sox. He was sold. Now, they get this. Now they're traded. But this is the verbiage. That summer, he was sold to the Boston Red Sox. his teammates gave him the moniker Babe because he was naive.
And looked like he was 19.
Yeah.
He was just a youngin.
Yeah, he was like 19, but his talent was already maturing. In his debut against the Indians, he gave up just 5 hits over 6 innings. But in the 7th inning, they managed 2 runs on 3 singles. He did not have a good hitting game. He went over 2 at the plate. Actually, we know that he developed quickly as a pitcher, but then is known more for his hitting prowess.
Mm-hmm. He did not walk a single batter.
Right.
In that game.
Yep. Today in 1914, I forgot to throw that out there. Yeah.
Yep.
You have some more tidbits on him?
Like you said, he was a dominant left-hand pitcher. He even threw a 6-hit, 6-0 shutout in his very first professional minor league game a few months prior. He struck out the second batter ever faced, which was Joe McCarthy, who would later be the manager for the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
He would, play for him and later for the Yankees. Babe was famously struck out. Let's see. The Boston Red Sox were playing the Cleveland Naps, and the Cleveland Naps pitcher was Willie Mitchell, and he struck out Babe Ruth in that game. So Willie Mitchell is the first American League pitcher ever to strike out Babe Ruth.
Okay. That's a pretty big deal in baseball history,
For sure.
I would say.
Absolutely.
So, and then later he was sold to the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Literally, he was sold to the New York Yankees, which is where most people, when they think of Babe Ruth, they think of the New York Yankees. And right, and understandably, but I mean, that he started with the Orioles and quickly went to the Red Sox. So,
was he with an Orioles minor league team, or was he? No, he must not have ever played for the Royals. Yeah, his major league debut was with
the Indians, right? Yeah, so no, the Red Sox.
Red Sox.
He was signed by the Orioles and then sold to the Red Sox.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So today is also a big day for literature, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
In 1960, To Kill a Mockingbird was published.
Mm-hmm. Harper
Lee. I think a fine book and pretty good movie.
Yeah,
and a great stage play. I've seen it on stage more times than I've actually watched the movie or read the book.
I've never seen it on stage.
Really, it's fantastic. Yeah.
At the local theater, or
at the former Triad stage.
Right.
Yeah, it was so good. I went back and saw it. I actually saw it 3 times. It was fantastic. It really was. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite play you saw there?
Without a doubt. Well, there's 2, and I can't. We like to laugh, both of us. We enjoy comedy, but it's my second favorite. My favorite one, without a doubt, is Turn of the Screw. Phenomenal. The best play I've ever seen, period. Is it's dark, somewhat mysterious, not really creepy. There was a few times where it was kind of it wouldn't be a jump scare in today's films, but jump scares. There was only 2 actors, and they played like all the roles. It was phenomenal. And then that's my personal favorite. And then the second one, a very close second place, without a doubt. And I begged Rich and Preston to bring it back. And they were contemplating doing it at their 10-year anniversary season, and they didn't. Was called Noises Off.
I never saw that.
I laughed. I've never laughed that much in my life. I've never been in that much pain in my life. my jaw muscles.
What was it called?
Noises Off. My jaw muscles, my sides, my stomach were within about 15, 20 minutes like cramped for the duration of the play. I was in pain. I couldn't stop laughing. I was crying. Like it was nonstop tears. I've never witnessed anything like that before or since. There is a movie, it's funny, nowhere close. And I've actually seen the play since then. And no offense, I won't call out who did it, but if that's what it didn't. But it was just so high level. It's basically this. It's 3 acts and they're all the same act, but from different perspectives. The first act is them practicing. It's a play of a play.
Okay.
They're practicing the play. And you see it as an audience member watching them practice it. Okay. The second act is the first production of the play, but they switch the stage around and you're seeing it as if you were behind the stage.
Okay.
So you hear when they go out and they're on stage, you hear them talking and moving and stuff, but you don't see it, but you see all the melee behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
And then the third act is, again, as an audience member, and I don't remember if it was the last ever or whatever, but there was something significant about it. And I know that doesn't sound funny, but it was, and it wasn't just me. Everybody in there, everybody was crying and laughing. It was like people were in pain. It was probably the funniest thing I've ever witnessed in my life.
How about that?
Yeah, amazing. So,
did you see Blackbeard?
Yes.
That stage, the play was good.
Yeah,
but that stage was amazing for a small community theater. I don't know if you'd call it that.
Yeah, regional theater.
Mm-hmm. I was shocked by the quality of the stage work.
Preston wrote that. He directed it. I'm so sorry. I know her personally. She wrote the score for it. She lives here in Pleasant Garden. I cannot remember her name. Very well done. And the stage was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, they always did a great job there. Yeah. So for people who don't know, there was a regional theater called Carolina Theater here in the old Triad Stage called, it was in the old Woolworths building, which I have, some childhood memories of my grandfather taking me there. So that made it special that I was a season ticket holder for every year they were open except for 2. And I saw many phenomenal plays there. Like
I didn't see as many as you saw, but I saw quite a few. It was really quality productions. Quality production.
The stage was great. Music was great. I love the theater. And I have not been there, but the people that have, it's now called the Pearl. Remember, they used to have the small theater upstairs. In homage to that, it's now a music venue. It's called the Pearl. And the people that I know that have been there said it's fantastic. So, sorry, see, that's how we do. We went from To Kill a Mockingbird to something.
Local theater.
But yeah, so today, it was published in 1960.
Sold 40 million copies.
Yes.
Won the 1961 Pulitzer Prize.
Mm-hmm.
The eccentric character Dill was inspired by Harper Lee's real-life childhood best friend, Truman Capote.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I have about that. If you go back to 1955, Congress authorizes all U.S. currency to say, "In God We Trust."
Okay.
Prior to that, it was on most of the coins already anyway. But it made it so that it should be on all currency, including paper currency. So that law, I guess in 1957, I think is when the first time that motto was added to paper money as well. It was kind of promoted because adding the motto to the currency would help distinguish the United States, a nation built on spiritual foundations, from the officially atheist and materialistic ideology of the Soviet Union.
Okay.
Let's see. I was trying to find, I thought I read in here. in following the 1955 currency law that was passed, Congress passed a joint resolution in 1956 officially adopting "In God We Trust" as the first official national motto of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. The phrase "In God We Trust" originally dates back to 1864 when it first appeared on the 2-cent coin.
Oh, okay.
So, that's all I got about that.
Okay, good deal.
That was 71 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
That's all the history.
Here's one you're going to love.
Okay.
Again, I'm surprised it wasn't on yours. 1985, Astros Nolan Ryan becomes the first to strike out 4,000 batters. That's your man.
GOAT. I don't care if he never won a title. It doesn't matter. Unreal.
At 38 years old, he fanned New York Mets outfielder Danny Hepp with a curveball in the 6th inning to achieve the legendary milestone. The first of many. Ryan is the only pitcher to ever have reached 5,000 strikeout milestone, and still holds the all-time Major League Baseball record with an astonishing 5,714 career strikeouts.
I don't know that can be broken. We've talked about because of how the game is played now. In fairness to the pitchers that are out there, it's not set up to where they would ever be able to actually do that. I don't think.
Well, you'd have to play for a long time. I mean, we played for 27 seasons,
right?
Or something?
But you would have to play for a long time. You'd also have to be a starter, and you would have to also be good enough to where your manager would leave you in their 7-8 innings.
But don't you think there's a better chance that the pitchers could play more than 27 seasons now because they don't have to pitch entire games?
Yeah, but they're not doing it.
No, they aren't.
Yeah,
they aren't.
He was just different.
Yep.
And it's funny because there are a subset of baseball fans that are under the wildly incorrect perception that he was soft, because I think, was it Robbie Ventura came to
rushed the mound
and knocked him. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's not many people that will want to rush him out for Nolan Ryan.
Right.
He was not soft.
No.
He was a country boy, and like now I don't know their names. There are some MLB pitchers that routinely throw over 100, but I mean, he
routinely would hit throw 97 miles an hour, which was
right. I think wasn't he clocked at 106?
I don't know.
Wasn't he the one that threw beside of a motorcycle? And do you remember that?
I don't remember.
Okay. Anyhow, he was throwing over 100, and other people weren't.
Right.
Yeah, and didn't seem, and like still throwing over 100, not every pitch, but over 100 late into the game. So yeah, he was different.
Yep. I have on this date that Shelley Duvall passed away, died in her sleep from complications from diabetes.
Yep.
She was 75. Of course, she played Wendy Torrance in The Shining.
Mm-hmm. Our friend Roman Jeffries talked about that this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You still listen?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
Not as much, but I do.
Yeah, he mentioned that Shelley Duvall just yesterday or the day before.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, I didn't know this, that she dated Paul Simon?
Oh, I do know it only because he mentioned it when I heard it.
For real?
Yeah, he mentioned that. That's the only reason why I know it.
Why was he talking about her?
I guess maybe because it was coming up.
Her birthday was coming up?
I think he said this week. They do this week in history.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
It was this weekend, and he was talking about her passing.
Gotcha. Yeah, they had lived together for like 2 years, and then she introduced him to Carrie Fisher, and they started dating.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And she also briefly dated Ringo Starr.
Did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Anyway. Also on this date, Lady Bird Johnson, First Lady.
First Lady.
She also died of natural causes at the age of 94.
Wow.
She was also a media tycoon. In 1943, using an inheritance from her mother, she purchased a struggling Austin radio station, KTBC, for $17,500 and transformed it into a multi-million-dollar media empire, making her a millionaire long before her husband became president.
Impressive.
Yeah.
That was a smart move on her part.
Yep. That's all I got. What else you got for events?
That's all I have for this day in history. There was a couple others that I was thinking about, but I chose not to because one was a little dark.
So. I got some trivia.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Here's a question. What was the longest movie ever made? And it was the longest movie. It held that title as the longest movie from 1987 to 2006. Since then, now there's been some movies that have become longer.
Is it Dances with Wolves that I just mentioned?
No.
Okay, hold on. Tell me how long is it?
Hang on a second. 85 hours.
85 hours? No.
Yes.
No. No.
And I want you to commit to watching it in its entirety.
This is. I mean, there's
movies that are far longer than that today.
No, 85 hours.
85 hours.
No,
yeah.
That's
the name of it was called The Cure for Insomnia.
That's ridiculous.
It held the Guinness Book of World Record as the longest feature-length movie ever made from 87 to 2006. Designed as a literal medical cure, the 85-hour-long film feature consisted entirely of a Chicago poet, of somebody reciting a 4,080-page poem.
Yes, Vice President Harris. She did the voice for it. Yes, she read that. I do remember that now.
Let's see here. It was 3.5 days of basically somebody reading a poem, and then he spliced in clips to break it up of heavy metal music videos and X-rated pornographic footage.
Wow, I've never heard of this in my life.
It only had one screening. It took place in Chicago, and it was intended to be watched from start to finish over 3 days. Started January 31st and ran through February 3rd in 1987. I was going to try and get you to commit to watching it, but there's no copies of it left.
No. I would rather watch every Tom Cruise movie in his catalog than watch that.
Here's a trivia question. Where was Doritos invented?
Hold on a second. Like the city or the state? When you say where, like you want to know, like, or in a factory, in a back of a pharmacy, or
it was. You want me to just tell you?
No. I want. Okay. Is it a city or state?
Not a city or state.
Oh, I was.
Well, you could do it that way.
I was going to say Texas.
Okay, it's not Texas.
Okay, I don't know.
Disneyland.
Oh, okay. Disneyland, California.
I always get them wrong. Is it Disneyland in California, mm-hmm. World in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Disneyland.
Let's see. It was Doritos was born out of a clever attempt to reduce waste at Disneyland's Casa de Fritos.
Casa de Fritos.
A restaurant in 1950s. A local tortilla vendor noticed discarded stale tortillas and suggested frying and seasoning them.
Okay.
Let's see. The menu item became a massive hit before Frito-Lay rolled it out nationally in 1966.
And they are out of Texas. That's why I said that.
Gotcha. It was the first tortilla chip ever to be distributed across the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And the world-famous nacho cheese flavor wasn't introduced until 1972, transforming the regional novelty into a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut that it is today.
I love Doritos. I don't eat them often. My mother had to get really stern with me when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and she told me, she said, "Honey, we don't have a lot of money. I go to the grocery store once a week." We lived across the street from the grocery store once a week on a regular cadence. And she's like, "I'm willing to buy you one bag, and that's it, a week. It's up to you. You want to sit down and eat them all at one time, you can. But then the rest of the week, there's no Doritos. Or if you want to kind of portion it out." And that's where I learned portioning, because I was like, I can't go a week without Doritos. And so I would portion them out to make sure I had some for each day. Gotcha. I'm probably in a very small minority here. I actually like stale Doritos. I don't prefer them stale.
Right.
But if the bag didn't get closed properly and they're stale, I'm still going to eat them.
My favorite thing we ever did with Doritos. We were camping.
Oh, it was fantastic.
We took, I don't even know what kind of cut of steak it was.
They were New York strip.
New York strip steaks. Mm-hmm. Okay. And did we cook it? We didn't cook them straight. Did we cook the steak first?
A little bit.
Okay. And then cut it into strips?
No.
Okay. So we cooked the sirloin.
Battered it. Yeah.
And we seasoned it with crushed Doritos.
But do you remember what kind? Because they don't make them anymore.
Was it the fiery?
It was the habanero.
Habanero.
Short-lived. Big mistake because they were amazing. Yes.
New York strips. Seasoned with
the habanero
Doritos. Mm-hmm. And then we took bacon and we weaved it together. Mm-hmm. And we put the steak. I thought we cut the steak in strips before we put it in the bacon weave.
Okay, so we've done it twice. Okay. You're talking about the inaugural bacon weave, which was a feat that wasn't accomplished before and has not been accomplished since. Okay? And I will die on that hill. The first time we did it, we grilled the steaks to probably the doneness that was how I like.
Right.
And then we took the crushed Doritos and we basically coated it, and then we seared it off to kind of sear the Dorito into the meat, and then we just ate them like that.
No, I thought we put it in a bacon weave. I thought we put the cuts.
You're thinking of camping.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. I'm talking about the first time we ever did it.
Okay.
It was on the back deck when I lived at Hearthwood in Adams Farm.
Okay.
You just not remember it.
I don't remember that.
Yes. Because I remember saying...
I told Sarah today, you have a better memory than I do.
This would be amazing on steaks. So, okay, the bacon weave, yes, we did cut that in strips. And then we rolled it into the crushed habanero Doritos.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Wasn't there pepper jack cheese in it too?
There was, yes.
So we had steak seasoned, New York strip steak seasoned with Doritos.
Cut into like fajita kind of size strips.
Maybe a little bit larger, yep. And then we wove bacon into a bacon weave. Mm-hmm. We wrapped the steak seasoned with Doritos with pepper jack cheese inside the bacon weave.
Right. And then we finished the bacon weave off on the grill to get it extra crispy.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
That was kind of one of the best things ever put in my mouth. Cooked over an open fire.
Open fire, yes. Phenomenal. I've never had a better luxury is not the right word I'm looking for. Opulent steak meal in my life. Never. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yes, we do. So now we got to cook ribs. I got to smoke some ribs.
I know.
Make a bacon weave. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. No, we had some good years,
and I got pictures of that on my phone too somewhere.
The bacon weave, it was next level. We've done more bacon weaves, right? But that was the first one we ever did. It was next level.
It may not be able to make it as good ever again because the habanero is not available.
I know. Yeah, we could try the Cape Cod sweet and spicy jalapeno.
Could we?
We could try that.
Use Doritos with habanero seasoning, like from
like do the nacho cheese
or something.
And we could
try that.
Yeah,
try to replicate the habanero Doritos that way.
Mm-hmm. So I mentioned the Cape Cod. Eric and I both have long said that they need to bottle that and sell it as a seasoning for steak and chicken and pork, whatever, in a store. I've emailed them. I've called them, probably combined 6-8 times. They're all the same thing. Thank you so much for your suggestion. We'll send this off to our,
what was that jalapeno spice that you loved that you used to get at the beach that I can't find anymore? You gave me like 2 bottles.
Satan's Breath.
Was it called Satan's Breath?
Satan's Breath. Yeah. Elmo he's passed away. Elmo was his name. He created it. He was in Beaufort, North Carolina, just over the bridge from
it was jalapeno garlic, wasn't it?
Jalapeno garlic. Yeah. He also had a habanero sauce that had the heat level equivalent to Texas Pete.
Okay.
Because habaneros are much hotter.
Amen. I was going to say it doesn't sound good to me.
But it
You like things hotter than I do.
But you would have liked it. Like it was about like Texas Pete, but it had the flavor of habanero, which I love, without the heat that felt like you were going to die. But yeah, the jalapeno garlic, I found him. Catherine and I we were in Beaufort walking, just exploring, and I saw that, and it's I think it was called Satan's Breath, and it was a B&B, but in the back they sold this, and I talked to Elmo. Actually, had a relationship where we kept in touch. Every time I was down there, I always stop in to see him and his wife. He made it all by hand, and you can take garlic powder and jalapeno powder, and it's not the same.
No, it's not.
It's that recipe.
I've tried that from Savory Spice
many times. Yeah, I have too. He had that secret recipe died with him, unfortunately. It was a phenomenal seasoning.
It's a great combination, jalapeno
and garlic.
Yeah, and I'm surprised there isn't.
Well, I don't know how he did it, and he wouldn't. I asked him, and he said, "I'm not going to tell you." Most jalapeno powders that I have found, not most, all. I don't know how else to word this. They taste very green, like the pepper part, not the spicy part. You can taste the pepper part. It was the spicy flavor and the garlic flavor to combine, and it's the best seasoning I've ever used.
Maybe he dried just the seeds,
or the seeds in the membranes. That's possible.
Maybe.
Dried them, crushed them, and made them into powder. Yeah, I don't know, but it was fantastic.
Maybe I'll try that.
Yeah,
doing that myself.
Do you have any more?
That's all I got events-wise.
No, trivia.
No, not really.
What do you call that piece of toothpaste on the toothbrush? Do you remember?
Let me think.
Starts with an N.
I know it starts with an N. It's like noodle or nuddle or nurdle.
Nurdle. Yeah. Nurdle.
Nurdle.
You asked me, and I was like, yes, nurdle. You're like, shut up. Yeah. My wife always says that I have a ridiculous memory for useless knowledge.
That proves that your memory is better than mine. We just talked about it 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't even think of it.
So, if you have hung out with us this time, you are a trooper. We were all over the place. I was all over the place. But that is the format of the show.
I got some good news.
You did? Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you have any good news before I get to mine?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find any. I'm just not successful at it.
Well, we talked about soccer earlier. There is a soccer England fan who decided to take, I forget how old he was. He's not that old. I'm going to guess he's 21. Mm-hmm. He's 21. He decided to take his life savings of course, 21, but he had saved money for a down payment on a home.
Okay.
And instead of spending the money on that, he decided to spend that money on taking himself and his grandfather, creating memories is important, to travel to North America and watch their team, England, play in the FIFA tournament.
Okay.
And so as England has won throughout, they've gone to each game wherever it was being played. Okay. The last game that England played, don't remember exactly who it was. I want to say Norway or Sweden. I'm not sure which one it was. But it gotten out that he had done this, that he was taking his grandfather to all these games. It hit the media. Mm-hmm. Okay. And a betting company, I could probably look in here and figure out who it was. They basically said that if England beats whoever it was they played in that tournament or in that game or that match and progress to the next one, that they would pay him all the money he'd spent on this trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, said that he could use that.
So did they win?
They won.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So I think they play today or tomorrow, actually.
That is a good news story.
Yeah, isn't that good? So.
It's not related at all, but something you said reminded me. You said where he had this money, he was going to do X, basically, and he decided not to. Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah. The first 3 years, was it the Bengals?
Yeah, it was the Bengals.
The first 3 years at the Bengals, he lived in the stadium.
No.
Yes, he did. He lived in the stadium. They have like a little apartment, a bedroom, shower. Obviously, they have showers. He lived in the stadium for 3 years because he's frugal. Instead of like going out and
How about that?
Yeah, first 3 years. Yeah, instead of taking his money, buying the Lamborghinis and mansions and whatever. They mean broke. I don't know how he's doing financially now because I know he does like the bling and whatnot. But his first 3 years, he basically lived like a pauper, and just like saved his money. And he was single. He was like, why do I need an apartment? And finally, I can't remember the coach's name, but the coach said, "Son, you need to go get an apartment." Basically, they kicked him out. So he
wasn't it you that told me Jay Leno never spent a dime of the money he made on the, he was working for this.
That wasn't me.
No. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I might be telling something wrong. I might be remembering somebody different. Anyway.
So, and you said that because it basically a young person with money, different levels, but the decisions they made with, that's just what, brought that memory to mind.
I have a young woman. Her name's Kelsey Pfendler. She's a Grand Canyon river rafting guide. She has completed a record-breaking journey from California to Hawaii.
Oh yeah, Lauren told me about this. Mm-hmm. Paddling, right?
Yeah, mm-hmm. Like a rowboat or something
mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 21-foot rowboat.
Wow.
Took her nearly a month and a half by sea, and she was trying to beat the woman's record. She actually beat the men's record too, by a significant amount, as I recall.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's dedication.
Yep.
I have no desire to do anything like that, but I'm impressed with people that do. Yeah, for sure. It was the same week Lauren told me about that. She also told me about someone that was going to swim the California coastline.
Oh, really?
Like 943 miles, or actually, I think I told her about that, and she's like, "Why would someone want to do that?" I'm like, I agree, but it's still an impressive feat nonetheless. To swim that far, so. Well, good for her. That's an impressive feat to do. If she didn't beat a record, just accomplishing it in and of itself is impressive. So, do you have any more on her, or do you have another story?
I have the Snapchat CEO erases $500 million in medical debt for 261,000 people.
Oh, okay.
So he and his wife donated basically $500,000. $550 million to 261,000 Californians who erased their medical debt.
$500 million.
Yeah, $500 million. $550 million. Which, I mean, you can't criticize anybody for doing anything. I think that's amazing that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they had done it countrywide, not just in one state.
Right.
But because they've got people use Snapchat everywhere.
Right.
But
worldwide. Yeah.
Worldwide. Mm-hmm. But I mean, who am I to say how they spend their $550
million?
Right. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration is clearing the way for the return of the commercial supersonic air travel.
Mm-hmm.
So, we used to have the Concorde, and I guess they stopped using the Concorde because of the sonic booms. Mm-hmm. They've designed the planes now so the sonic booms radiate up, not down towards the ground.
Right.
So we may have that come back. So we were just talking about how, it took 2,000 years to go to a car from the chariot or whatever, and from the time we got the car to the time we've got to space was only like 120 years. Mm-hmm. It does seem like we're going backwards. Like we had, supersonic flight, and now we don't anymore.
Right.
But no, at least
I remember I mentioned it on the show several weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, about that, because I remember bringing up the Concorde. Do you know anybody ever flew on a Concorde?
I don't.
So my late cousin, Eleanor, she was of great means. We'll just put it that way, like 9 figures, serious money. But she frequently flew on the Concorde between New York and London. And she said that, because we were talking, I asked quite a bit older than me. It's actually my dad's cousin. And she said that she, it was kind of discombobulating because she had gone that same flight on a non-Concorde, and to be on the plane such a short amount of time and get there, she said it was like something from science fiction, like she just like morphed. She said it was a little discombobulating the first few times. I think that'd be a kind of cool thing to experience.
Yeah,
really. Yeah. So, well, I mean,
I wonder how much time it saved from a normal flight to how many
hours?
It's from 8 hours to 2 hours, or 8 hours to 1 hour.
I think it was like 2.5 or 3 hours from New York to London versus like 8 or 9. Yeah, it was significant.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like flying from New York to LA.
Right.
But they were flying New York to Heathrow.
Right.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, here's some good news.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift got married.
Oh, did she? I didn't even know she was engaged.
Yeah, to Kelsey. No, and they donated $26 million to at least 20 different charities.
No, that's so gracious. All charities that they had. Clinton. Yes, that was this week, right?
Wasn't it last Friday?
Shut down
Friday before last.
That was at MSG.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Adams. No, I don't know that much about it. I really don't care. Don't let my daughter hear that. A heroic police officer scaled the Brooklyn Bridge and talked a woman down from committing suicide.
I saw the article. I did not read it. Okay, that's cool.
I thought that was good news.
That's good news for sure.
A hero, true hero. A dentist from North Carolina donated her kidney to one of her patients.
Okay.
To save her life, his life. That's local news and good news.
For sure.
A Wake County Sheriff's Office, this is also local news, helps close released inmates. So as they get out of jail, they've put together, and it's all donated by sheriffs. It's not like they've taken donations from the public or anything like that, to help close people getting out of prison.
Giving them a fresh start.
And close to where the interviews and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all I got.
Okay.
But that's good news.
That is good news. Yeah. You said, I don't care. Is Megan a fan?
She is a Tay-Tay fan.
Yeah. I can't.
I respect her.
I will say this. I am not familiar with her music. The few songs that I've heard of hers, I don't dislike.
Right.
And that coming from me, that's high praise. Yep. I don't dislike it.
She's clearly talented. I mean, writes her own music.
Yeah. I do find it interesting and
good business person to get her music back. Now she owns all of her own,
and she'll also record the same album over and over, and the sheep going. And the fans go and buy it. Well, crazy. Well, I mean, no other band.
The reason she re-recorded it was to regain ownership of it.
Yeah, and also
that's a smart business.
But she sold it, and people bought it.
Well, her fans are devoted, and that she did change them slightly. It's not word for word different.
Yeah, I know.
Some might think it's better. Might prefer that new song or that slightly tweaked or improved, new and improved song over the previous.
It's not unusual that a band will cover themselves, though.
No, but she did it to regain ownership of that music.
Yeah.
So and she would have bought it from them if they would have sold it. They wouldn't. So this was her. I think Kelly Clarkson came up with the idea and recommended that she do it. So I'm not 100% sure on that. You can fact check me on that.
So I will say this: I do think she's smart. The few songs that I've heard, it's not my kind of music, but enjoyable to listen to. Catchy, right? Mm-hmm. Catchy's good.
Yep.
Right. Pop should be catchy, or else it wouldn't be pop. Mm-hmm. But she does have a really gross, disgusting habit that she does on stage. Are you familiar with this?
No.
She routinely, like every concert, not once, like repeatedly, she pulls her forefinger and her thumb together, pulls the snot out of her nose, and puts it in her mouth.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I've seen
I
it.
have never seen that.
Go Google it on YouTube. I mean, you can, and it's not AI. I mean, this, and people that see her in concert are like, yeah, that's what she does. I find that to be kind of odd for an adult. Maybe not for like Lincoln at 7, but for an adult to do, especially on stage. But I think maybe it's something she does and she doesn't realize. But the one thing I found interesting, that there are musicians that I do like, that, like, we'll say, not my kind of music, but she's super talented. And that, I think, holds a lot of weight for me. So
I think she's got a good stage presence. When I've watched some of the videos, it's good. I want to know what the hype's about.
Right.
And talk intelligently with my daughter when she brings something up. So we've watched like that Eras. We watched not all of it, but we watched some of the concert on. I think you can watch it on Prime or something like that, or one of them. Yeah.
So it's good. Intelligent young lady, and for sure. She's smart.
Isn't she a billionaire now?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, for sure. Yeah. Kelsey married up.
He did.
Well, good for them. I hope it's legit. And honestly, the thing that gives me some hope about it is they have been betrothed for so long. It's not like a quick, celebrity romance and 2 months later they're hitched. I mean, they've been, boyfriend and girlfriend for quite some time. Yeah. And then engaged for quite some time.
I wouldn't say quite,
but sometimes in celebrity things, it's like rushed, and like a month or two, and then 2 weeks later it's annulled. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think they took what seems to be a sensible approach to that. Right. So I say kudos.
And she's so much in the limelight. He's not he's used to also being in the limelight.
For sure.
Too. So,
for sure. Yeah.
I don't think it would be a big adjustment for him either.
Right. So. Exactly. And with that, I think we're done.
Yep.
We didn't say it up front, but if you could subscribe, follow, like, share, whatever, we'd appreciate it. I was looking at the country breakdowns again. If you look on just Spotify, it's United States is number 1, and then there's like Canada, and I can't remember the third country. There's only 3. But if you look on all platforms, it's a huge list. And again, Vietnam is just growing. So I don't know how we are resonating with our listeners there, but thank you.
Our most devout fan, Todd, his son has a presence on Spotify because I think he makes music. And Todd had mentioned our show to him, and
it's not such a glowing review.
he looked it up and he says, "I'm impressed." He goes, "Really? Why?" He goes, "I forget how many subscribers we had, but it was not an impressive amount of subscribers that we had." but of course, that's that one platform,
right? But that's also, unfortunately, I use that word loosely. The way it is, the amount of subscribers and followers does not equate to the people that are listening and downloading.
Right.
So our presence is obviously larger than that. But yeah, I think right now we're up to 6 followers on Spotify. Okay. 6. So we've increased our presence by 20%.
Again, we're not doing this to.
But who else would say they grew 20% overnight? I mean,
that's true.
I mean, it's impressive.
There you go.
From 5 to 6. On YouTube,
I do it because of my interest in history. I do enjoy actually preparing for the show because, it's finding little tidbits about the people and finding odd things about history that's not,
it's not mainstream.
I enjoy that. I enjoy sitting here and shooting the breeze with you.
Right.
I almost said a bad word.
Right.
And
well, we do have 200 cases of explosive diarrhea in North Carolina. So.
I didn't have that in my good news, but I did see that some sort of parasite, right? So I don't know where I got
my boys
it.
Think my boys think it's great to talk about. Well, I mean, explosive diarrhea is a great term. I don't care what you think about it. It's a great term. I've used it before. So anyhow, our listeners, we appreciate them. No matter where you are. Argentina, we've mentioned we've got quite a few.
We may have more after I found that that's the team I root for in the FIFA tournament.
Exactly.
I'm a big Messi fan now.
Colombia. No. Those are and Brazil. I think those are the 3 South American countries we have.
Gotcha.
But the biggest, I believe, is Colombia is the 3rd on Spotify. So it's USA, Canada, and Colombia were for Spotify. The listeners, yeah. But when you look at all platforms, it's just I don't know if it's grown or not because the way it doesn't show how many they are, and it's a long list. I need to export it out and just throw it in a spreadsheet and check real quick. But we do it.
We truly are internationally listened to.
Yes.
Famous? No.
We were internationally famous.
15 years ago.
The formerly internationally famous C&E. But I find it encouraging, and also it feels good to know that there are people in dozens and dozens of countries that download and listen to our show.
Right.
And so I don't know if they all speak English. Some of the analytics, sometimes you can see that they're using subtitles. So, but for whatever reason, they have found us and they like it. So thank you.
Indeed.
We enjoy it. So with that, we're going to exit before the computer dies. And we'll see you guys next time.
Sounds great.
All right. Have a good one.
See you.